So the story takes us to the summer of 1991, when a veteran park ranger in the Appalachian Backwoods stumbled on something so strange, something he was never trained to handle. So Daniel Smith had spent nearly 20 years patrolling the forests of eastern Kentucky. He'd seen everything the wild could throw at him. Bears, wolves, even desperate men hiding out from the law. But nothing prepared him for what he encountered that July. It started with the disappearances of three hikers that had vanished 6 weeks along a stretch of trail known to locals as the Devil's Spine. Search teams combed that area but found nothing. No footprints, no broken branches, no sign, they'd been there at all. Daniel volunteered to check the area alone. He figured it was just rugged terrain and bad luck. But 5 miles in, his horse stopped dead. The animal's ears twitched, nostrils flaring as if it caught a scent it didn't like. And that's when Daniel noticed the deer tracks. They were spaced too far apart, like the animal had been running in massive leaps. Then halfway across a muddy clearing, the tracks simply ended. No scuffle, no blood, just stopped. He pressed on. Half a mile later, he saw strips of bark torn from several oak trees. Deep gouges clawed into the trunks, each mark wider and longer than any bear could manage. Then came the sound. It started as a low hum, not a quiet growl, not a machine. The noise vibrated his chest, settling into his bones. It grew louder and closer. Daniel dismounted, raised his rifle, and at the edge of the clearing, something moved. It wasn't a bear. It wasn't a man. It stood over 8 feet tall, gaunt yet impossibly solid. Its arms hung low, nearly reaching its knees. Its skin shimmered, rippling like heat over asphalt. Daniel froze. He couldn't see its face. Only 2 pinpricks where its eyes should have been. They didn't glow. They didn't blink. They just stared. Then it cocked its head. Slowly, it raised one arm and made a sound, a sharp click, like stones tapping together. Then it stepped backwards into the trees and just vanished without a sound. Daniel waited, holding his breath. Minutes passed, then hours. The forest stayed silent. When he finally returned to the station that night, he didn't tell anyone. He knew no one would believe him. But 2 weeks later, another hiker was found alive in the area, with both legs broken. He claimed pale people had carried him for miles, whispering in a language he didn't understand, before laying him gently on the side of a service road. He refused to say more. The park quietly closed that section of trail, citing landslide risks. But those who have worked there long enough still talk about something strange that walks the forest. Something that isn't quite human. It isn't quite animal.